It's something that my coaches at Saracens tell me all the time. So if you can master it like now before you're in academy or before you go into like playing high rugby, like every coach is gonna love you, bro. So the tip is the most underrated tip is the ability to stay square. Now what this means is that imagine the camera's a defender, you're a defender. My ability to run directly at you, to engage you fully, like to engage you 100%. And the way that you do this is by running at your inside shoulder. Now the inside shoulder, the way that I like to remember it is that it's the shoulder that's closest to the post. So imagine the post on this side. My inside shoulder, if I'm a defender or an attacker, my inside shoulder is going to be this shoulder. I always think of it as a shoulder that's close to the post, and it works like 90% of the time. And the reason why staying square is important is because like it forces a defender to fully engage on you. And if a defender is fully engaged on you, then they can't engage on the man outside you or maybe even inside you. Like it forces the defender to engage 100%, which means that there's now, well, like in theory, there's going to be space on the outside. And the reason why coaches love it is because like a lot of people, if this is like if we're attacking straight across the pitch, a lot of people when they get their passes, they're starting slanted. So instead of running straight, they're running like a little bit across. And even though it seems like a small angle, you end up taking away so much space from the outside. Especially if you're fast. Like if you're fast with good acceleration, by the time you've caught the ball at this angle and you've taken 3-5 steps, you've already like gone a fair distance and you've taken away so much space. Obviously there's a chance for a switch, but even then, like most of the time that's not planned. It's just a result of not so much a bad decision, but something that wasn't intended to happen. And so how do you actually stay square? Because most of the time, especially on loop plays as well, if someone's looping behind, if someone's out the back or like a 10's out the back or someone's looping behind, there's a very big tendency to start their loop and then they start cutting across because they haven't had time to straighten and stay square. So the way that you stay square, and for me, like the first thing is like consciously think about staying square, running at a defender's inside shoulder. Like that's my first tip. Consciously think about staying square and running at a defender's inside shoulder. Now the second thing I like to do is if I'm playing on a wider channel, play 13, maybe even on the wing, or maybe even on the wing, I'll start my run angled a bit outside. So if the ball's coming from this way, I'll start my run angled this way. If the ball's coming from this way, I'll start my run angled this way, on an angle like this. So what this forces me to do is as soon as I get the ball, again the ball's coming from this way, as soon as I get the ball, I have to step back inside. If the ball's coming from this way, as soon as I get the ball, not so much step back inside, but I have to square up. Obviously, if I'm angled like this, like if I keep running like this, it'll be a clear and obvious problem. So as soon as I get the ball from this side, I straighten up. I'm angled my run like this, I'm calling for the ball. As soon as I get the ball, I straighten up. And so you want to start on an angle that's like if you ran this way, you would run into touch. That's what I want. You want to start on an angle that's so egregious that like you have to cut back in. That's going to force you to stay square. So consciously think about staying square. Then start on an angle, start your line on an angle that forces you to cut back in. Now, if you want to loop, this works especially well because you're coming on a loop, coming on almost sideways, so you have to turn. Then you can do it almost like a little step. You're coming on the loop, you're coming on the loop, bang, you're forward. You're coming on the loop, you're coming on the loop, bang, you're forward. Now another thing with staying square is you want to hit the defender's inside shoulder. Like hips is nice. If your hips are like parallel to each other, that's nice, but you want to make sure you hit the defender's inside shoulder, because with hips maybe like you do a bit of footwork and suddenly you're on the outside, but if you're on the inside shoulder, even if you do a bit of footwork, you'll still be on hips. So running the defender's inside shoulder, that's the shoulder that's closest to the post. That's going to help you. Now this is something that like coaches will love you. Like this is something that coaches absolutely love. So if you can master this tip, and like they're gonna love you. Now if you want coaches to start recognizing you and like really putting you into higher teams and accepting you into academies and stuff, then there'll be like a whole list of things that coaches love, and they'll be in my community below. Now the point of that is just to help you become the best player you can be and take you to higher teams, get you into academies and play at the level that you know you can play at. So if that's something that interests you, it will be the first link in the description.